Inflow Network, Influencers of the World, is a platform that actively brings together partner brands, leading bloggers, digital influencers, social media creators, and of course, digital trendsetters from all over the world. Today, we're joined by co-founder of Inflow Network, Afsin, who joins us all the way from Turkey, as well as industrial engineer and digital influencer, Antonio, who joins us from Spain. Gentlemen, welcome to The Loft.
Hi.
Now, Afsin, I would like you just please talk to us about what Inflow Network is and how does it help influencers from around the world to grow their digital and individual brands?
Sure. With pleasure. So maybe you might remember in 2015 and 16, we saw a tremendous growth in influencer marketing, and we started to see influencers from everywhere in almost each country. And at that time, as a businessman in this field, in digital marketing field, we also realized that lots of entrepreneurs back in that day are trying to establish their influencer agencies. And at the same time, brands were trying to get into this field. However, none of these parties really knew what they should do about influencer marketing or how they should apply it, how they should utilize it. So Inflow Network, we saw this need and we decided to create this platform in order to help influencers, brands, and agencies in order to increase the value in the influencer collaborations and also make this business as a long-term business, especially for influencers, because it might be not an easy process to be an influencer. We accept that, but keeping that level is tougher than that. That's the toughest part. And that's why we wanted to build the Inflow Network in order to help all these parties, but especially for influencers themselves.
Now, someone who knows all this too well is Antonio. Now, Antonio, you are an industrial engineer by trade, which is totally different from the world of influencer and, of course, the digital world. So please may you tell me about how you got started in the industry, grew your followers to close to 1 million, and how you started working with Inflow Network.
Well, so as you well say, I was in a totally different industry. I was working in a combined cycle power plant. Imagine, for me, this was something totally new. And the thing is that at that time, my passion was basically, doing sports, fitness, soccer. My life in general was always related to sports. And I remember that at that time, I'm talking about 6 years and a half ago, a lot of people, were saying to me when I was, at the gym, everything, hey, Antonio, have you ever tried to do, modeling or, through social media? But, at that time, it wasn't like now. So at one point, I met somebody, that you can say was my mentor, the person who changed a bit my mind. And yeah, then I started, okay, what can I do? So I started through Instagram, to share my content. I just, check at that time, the fitness models. I like it, to see how it works more or less, how can I do? So, I started to try to take it a bit more serious, to do professional photo shootings. And, I went to London, and then once I was there, I met somebody. That person, took me to another, and yeah, I started to grow. And at the end, the hobby became a job,
Yeah, that sounds just about right. But you do it so well and you make it seem so easy. But gentlemen, the pandemic has been tough on everyone and all industries. That's definitely not easy to overcome. Now, Afsin, how has it affected the world of influencer marketing, and how have influencers then adapted to this change?
Well, as you well said, it affected everyone, and it affected negatively, most of the world. But for influencer marketing, it's kind of different, because I have to say that during the pandemic, influencer collaboration, the business between influencers and brands increased like crazy.
Yeah.
Because brands understood that they need other ways, alternative ways, in order to reach to their audiences. And influencers are one of the best choices because they're authentic. They create a trust-worthy relationship between the brands and the audiences. So that's why we see a huge increase in collaborations with influencers. So in the last 9 months, I can also back this data with our polls, some surveys, and some one-to-one meetings with influencers and brands. In the 9 months, the influencer marketing grew a lot. And for the future, in 2021, it will keep growing a lot.
Wow.
So it is one of the most, let's say, developed industries right now when it comes to marketing.
It seems like the time is now to be an influencer and to get into this digital space. So then from both of you gentlemen, Antonio and from Afsin, I would like to know from you both what valuable tips and advice can you share for aspiring influencers and for those who already have established and wanting to grow their brands and platforms?
Yeah, sure. So let me go first. It's the idea. That's one I can emphasize on. Because all the people, brands, agencies, and all audiences, we are expecting influencers to say something new. And it is idea, basically. We need to see more creative ideas, innovative ideas from influencers. So what I can suggest to all influencers or to one who wants to be influencer, I definitely suggest them to work on creating new ideas, innovative ideas that can attract audiences, that can increase the interest on their content. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are after as audiences. We are after good ideas, creative ideas, and good content.
Absolutely. And for yourself, Antonio, what final tips and advice can you give to aspiring influencers or those who already have a platform?
I would say to somebody who wants to work in this industry, I would say the first, to find your authenticity. You can, as I did myself at first, I was inspired by some people, and to get the ideas, but after that you have to try to create your own style and to know where you want to relate your page. If you want to have it more as a lifestyle, fitness, travel, roaming, whatever. That's what I would say. And I think also at first it's good, if you can collaborate, with different models who are in the same industry. I think if you share with the rest and you are not selfish, to keep for yourself, at the end it will be better because we are all in the same industry. And I'm pretty sure that if I help somebody, that person can help me or put me in touch, with another person. So, that's my advice, especially.
Yeah. Thank you so much, both gentlemen, from Afsin and, of course, Antonio, joining us all the way from Turkey and Spain, respectively, helping us understand and giving us the tips and tricks around influence and digital marketing. Goodbye, gentlemen.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Now, South Africa, please do head over onto our platforms if you've got any questions or comments about digital influencing.